So what happened? I recorded this video. Turned out I hadn't pressed record. Take two. Okay, so in running news, this week I'm going to do general distance and ultra marathon. The first thing is Fauja Singh, who is the world's oldest marathoner, died on the 14th of July 2025. He had just gone out for his afternoon walk and he was involved in a hit and run in Punjab, India. And what happened actually is they say that if the guy who had hit him had taken him to the hospital immediately, he might have survived. But it is what it is. They did catch the perpetrator, 26-year-old. Fauja's story is he started running at 89, right? And he ran about 9 marathons during his time when he was running marathons. Why he's the world's oldest marathoner is because when he was 100 in 2011, he ran a marathon. He was not recognized by the Guinness World Book of Records because he didn't have a birth certificate. They didn't give birth certificates in 2011 in India, apparently, so he could not be recognized. But I think he got a letter from the Queen recognizing his efforts. He started running at 89 because of a tragedy that happened. His wife passed away, and then subsequently, soon after, his youngest son passed away. And apparently he witnessed his son's death, and it was quite traumatic. And that's what made him start running. So it was a way to cope with trauma in his life, which I think for a lot of us runners, well, I know personally, I went through something and running kind of helped me stay focused. It's something that we do. We use running as that tool or that help that guides us through tough times. I hope I'm articulating this well. What stood out for me in the story is how sad it is that a lot of runners actually are involved in accidents and end up dying. And also that you can start later in life and still achieve great things, because he started marathoning at 89, hey? Running at 89. And think of, I think last week's story about Bob, who also started 20 years. He'd been running ultras. So it's not too late to start, guys. We still have time. And then the next story, which is not a good one as well, is about Ruth Chepngetich. I hope I pronounced this well. Ruth is the world marathon record holder. She ran Chicago in a time of 2:09:56. So this was the first time a woman had run under 2:10. They took the sample in March 2025, and they just last week they found out that she tested positive for, I'm going to try my best to pronounce it. I wasn't trying my best not to look down at the paper. I don't know how other people do it. I need to figure it out. I'm sure if I Google, I'll figure it out. She was found with hydrochlorothiazide, HTCZ. And what this does is it's a diuretic. So it thins your urine and then it masks other banned substances. Man, these guys are so creative. The science of it all. So she's been provisionally banned. This is actually pervasive in the running industry. I just remember an episode that I listened to on Rich Roll about it. I don't remember who he was interviewing, but all I remember is I was running across Tokyo on that day and I was listening to this episode about how this is such a big problem in the running industry. And then the last one is good news. Well, it's about this 43-year-old mom of 3. Her name is Anna Rutherford. She ran a 100-miler inaugural race called the Red Race, 100-miler from Banbury Castle to Edinburgh. I imagine that the landscape must look so amazing, right? Like Castle, Edinburgh, Anyway, she finished 2 hours before the second place finisher. She did it in a time of 17 hours and 23 minutes. She attributes how great this race was and how it felt better for her or helped her perform better. One of the things was that the organizers were cognizant of female runners. So things like having different blues for female runners, because she had been dealing with her period, like I think a couple of days before, things like this that us women runners deal with. Just she felt that it was inclusive of all the genders. And then she also listened to Dolly Parton's Working 9 to 5 when she felt like giving up. Yeah, good news. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good week. Hope you get some runs in. It's piping hot here in Tokyo. I have barely been able to get a run in during the day. It's so hot. If anyone has any tips on how to manage, help, please. Have a good week.